Alright, yo, YouTube, what's up? It's Aeghis. Basically, I am actually spending a little bit of time at my parents' house, so the internet and computer here is like not the same as my normal one, so the production quality on this video might be a little bit lower, but I still wanted to take this as an opportunity to go over a game that I had because, you know, basically we're moving along as Mage. We're not like playing Fire, we're playing Arcane, and we need to get some educational stuff out there so you guys are enjoying yourself and enjoying your time on Mage because Mage is very fun on Dragonflight. Just trust me, like the toolkit is so much fun if you just learn how to use it correctly. And that's honestly just our goal here today is to try to use our Mage toolkit a little bit more correctly in terms of survivability and damage output. So let's just go ahead and watch a game here. Um, like I said, I am at my parents', so I'm on like a different microphone, different computer, and everything. So I'm actually playing Rogue Mage here, which is a nice change up because I've been queuing a lot of solo shuffle. So it's nice to be on like familiar territory. As fun as solo shuffle is, I really am actually having a bunch of fun with it. But that being said, playing real games again is also very fun. So um, yeah, if you guys do want to try sub Rogue Mage out on, this is on pre-patch, definitely do it. It's still pretty good as of now. So let's just see what happens here. This is a familiar scenario, pre-sap on the monk, and now we're looking to land some sort of CC on Pally. My rogue is actually building a kidney off of this cheap shot. That's why you can see him once attack into it. Don't get jebaited. Uh, that's just him building the kidney. So we're still going to poly off of that. And then I get the Ring of Fire. He has acrobatic strikes. He should be able to kidney from this range. And that's why I do the Ring of Fire right away, because I want to start doing my damage is the next global after the CC, ideally, because then you maximize the amount of damage globals you can get in during your sheep. So that's one little note there on using your DRs more efficiently. That's just a little tip. Is you want to start to try to do damage right after you land the sheep, or the blind or whatever. All right, boom, kidney, arcane surge, palm. So we're pressing arcane surge. And then we're using presence of mind right after we're mashing the button. There is a little delay, so if you guys did this maybe 100 times, I feel like maybe 15 or so times it would happen that Magi does not go off, because Surge actually depletes your mana, and that will cause like maybe a little delay between your global and Magi, so just keep that in mind. Make sure it goes off when you are mashing it. I would just do a quick check. And then we want to consume the missiles here. We did get a clear casting, so this gives us this, I think it's called Nether Precision is the buff. So that's the buff that's going to buff our Arcane Blasts, and that is when we're going to use Palm. So you can see here, I wait for the last missile to hit, and then I Palm, and then I do 2 Arcane Blasts. He almost dies. I throw my Execute there, and that would have killed him. So we were literally 1 global off of killing this guy, but we did get double trinket and diffuse, sack, obviously all this stuff. So just keep watching. And I think just to comment on that last damage rotation, I think that is like how you should be looking to burst all the time. Some people would Radiant there as well. And that is also a viable strat to do, especially in a scenario where you can cast a lot, such as this, where they're both CC'd. And yeah, you're right, that could also be a viable damage rotation. However, I do find that saving the global of not pressing Radiant and going for the missiles into Arcane Blast, I do find that a little bit better, because the target we're attacking is not going to sit a very long stun. You can see he ended, or he came out of the stuns, and he lived. So if I used another global that wasn't immediate damage, it just, that's the 2 schools of thought. So you can go with whatever one you find feasible for the situation. This is the part I really wanted to talk about. This is like the main thing of the video, which I want to show you how you can use like your toolkit as an arcane mage to really just not let the other team have any fun. So We'll watch this here. He pairs my rogue. One thing with Windwalker monks, if you guys didn't know, this is how they work, or this is their ideal setup, is in cap into sweep. So I see right here on big debuffs, in cap. So what do I know right away? He's going to press sweep. So I actually sheep the monk with ice flows up, because if I didn't have ice flows up here, he would range it because he was running in the opposite direction. So let's, I just backed it up one time so I could let you guys watch that in real time. Boom. I'm casting the resheep right away because the pally is going to get in line to dispel it. He didn't do it this time, but that's something that you should do pretty often. And then my next global here is mass invisibility. And this allows, because the pally did look like he was running into Hodge, my rogue. So here's what I do. Watch that back in full time now that you know that that was the game plan in mind. Sheep dispel, mass invis the Hodge, rogue can step me, and then we are good. We are reset. And now this is Operation Run Away from the Monk. So I am using my pre-patch ability here, Soul Shape a little bit, because I don't have a slow on me, and I have that barrage speed, so I know I'm going to be zooming. So I'm running away, just using my mobility to annoy people. I get Hodge, no big deal. I just blink, double DB here, sheep, and now they are stacked. And I want to talk about how to do damage when they are stacked here. So obviously we have our resonators. You're not going to have those going into Dragonflight, but basically that's what's gonna do the damage most of the time in this pre-patch. But when Dragonflight actually comes out, I would say probably your ideal damage rotation here would be to Ring of Fire, like right here, so where it's not going to hit the pally, and then missiles and fish for clear casting, like probably Radiant missiles, and then keep canceling the missiles, like just keep pressing it so that you're spending more mana fishing for clear castings. And then once you get that clear casting, you would consume it, which would give you the Nether Precision buff, and then that's when you would start blasting. So anyways, let's just continue. Pally bubbles, soaks the resis, wall comes out, he's going to be completely fine. So now my rogue gets swept, and now we're a little bit scared here. So I'm looking to maybe start, if you actually notice here, he's on sheep DR. So normally I would start casting sheeps on him here, but since he's on DR, I have to use my toolkit, which is, we actually have abilities to press here now in Shadowlands. If this was the scenario, my rogue is going to have to trinket or die. So it's actually cool, and this is what I'm talking about with the toolkit of Mage and how fun it is. Basically, if I can help Jerome live here without me having to, or without him having to trinket, then this will be a successful peel from my end. So let's see. So I blast wave him off, and my next global is Ice Nova. And people always wonder why I run Ice Nova. They're like, why are you running Ice Nova as Arcane and Fire? And it's for this exact reason. I actually Ice Nova him mid-roll, and it cancels his roll, and then he has to use another global to press Tiger's Lust. So if I would have rolled at that point, or if I wouldn't have Ice Nova'd, it wouldn't have canceled his mobility. And that's why I like using the ability, because you can literally just cuck people so hard. If a warrior charges and you do it fast enough, you can cancel their charge. Also with the DH Hunt, you can do it with that as well. That's one of my favorite use cases of Ice Nova. So, sorry, I just forgot where we're at here. So let me back it up. I also need to take a drink of water. So you can see here how I'm using my mobility to just be really annoying. One thing I will comment, fast forward a little bit more. So the usage of alter time here doesn't look like it's applicable to this. Actually, it does, because I alter over here and then I blink away. And the reason I do this is because I know when I alter back, I'm going to get another blink refunded because of our Master of Time talent that we actually have. So you can see I alter back, and now I have another blink to kite with as well. And I'm still spamming barrages right here to ensure that I'm moving at like 150% movement speed or whatever it is. Stealing the freedom, and now since Chrono Shift leaves a slow on them from barrage as well. Barrage is literally so OP. It slows the target and makes you a NASCAR. So like it's actually so insane, and it has no cooldown virtually. So you can use this a lot to make sure that you are just moving around the map like you're seeing that I'm doing here. Land the pre-sheep, blind comes out. The only way I know that he lives this is if the monk is able to get out of the stuns, like not die in the stuns, then the monk is gonna have, you know, stuff to do. And I don't want him to get any closer to his port because I know it's still on this big pillar to the left. So I actually ring him off so he can't get in range of his port. A lot of people would think this ring doesn't really do much, but it's actually a really nice thing to do a lot. Another school of thought with the ring is you could put it maybe here, so that if the pally gets out, what this would allow you to do is not use damage globals to re-CC, and then you would just kill this guy with positioning, because then he would be forced to walk into you, and you could CC a little bit late. Barrage, and that's a huge barrage because of a couple of reasons. So this is something you have as a mage. It's called execute, or you have an execute now with your barrage, and it's when he gets below 35% HP. So 32, 17, 16, I throw it. It does a big crit on him. This would actually be bigger if we were able to have more talents. And the reason being is that whenever you missiles with clear casting, you get a nice buff called Arcane Infinity, I believe it is, and that's gonna modify your next barrage. And I would have had that buff here at level 70, so this barrage would have honestly hit for I don't know how much harder, but a lot harder. So we win the game right there, and honestly, we were never really scared. So that's kind of just, you know, the game I wanted to show you. There's how fun and the toolkit is with Mage currently. So I just wanted to like get this video out there because I've been streaming and people have been telling me that you know, the adaptation to Arcane is brutal, and I do agree. It took me about 2 weeks to get to like the place I'm at now, where I actually feel like more comfortable and more confident on it. So all, I guess my advice there is, you know, it takes time. You know, it took me 2 weeks, and I feel like, you know, Mage is a class that I'm very familiar with, and you know, if it's taken me 2 weeks, then you know, you can set expectations for yourself based around that. Um, Basically, yeah, just keep going. You know, it's honestly going to be worth it because Mage is so much fun this expansion. So it's definitely worth to put in the effort and learn the new spec if that's just something you're dreading, because I know a lot of people are. So I just want to throw that in. But anyways, that's all I guess I really have. I just wanted to get this video out. Like I said, I'm at my parents right now, so it's a little bit lower on the production of you know, side of things. But anyways, I'm out for now. Hope you guys learned. I am doing coaching, by the way. I just want to throw that in there. So if you do want to, I guess, get with me in terms of getting coached, definitely message me on Discord. I will have all that kind of stuff in the description. I'm out for now. Later.